You're listening to the Wedding Biz Network, the voice of the creative entrepreneur. Hey everyone, it's Andy Kushner, host of The Wedding Biz, brought to you today by Party Slate, the first website designed specifically for event professionals and venues. Check them out at partyslate.com. And on The Wedding Biz, I conduct in-depth and revealing interviews of icons and those who I feel are the next generation icons of the weddings and event industry. This is all to provide you with education and inspiration. And I want to mention I was off last week. So the week before, the episode on the 28th was a wonderful one with Meryl Snow, talking about selling tips for today's market. Meryl's been on the show 3 times now and has so much to offer. I definitely suggest that you check out that episode. So today's guest is all about NSBWEP, which stands for the first and only nonprofit wedding and event association, the National Society of Black Wedding and Event Professionals, which was created in the summer of 2019. Since the inception of the association, they now have over 135 plus Black-owned businesses that represent the industry from East Coast to West Coast to include the Caribbean. Membership is based on each business owner passing mandatory credentials and having an exemplary business performance. By the end of 2022, the association is on track to have over 300 plus businesses. NSBWEP serves as a foundation for its members to build hope, opportunity, community, and more while creating change makers to thrive in this dynamic environment. Today, we are talking with the executive leadership, Tara Melvin, founder and creative director of Perfect Planning Events and founder and president of NSBWEP. Also, Brian Green, chief event architect and creative visionary of By Brian Green LLC, and also chairman of the board of NSBWEP, Mark Wilson, founder and creative director of The Style Mark, and vice president and founding member of NSBWEP. So enjoy this conversation with Tara, Brian, and Mark. Hey everyone, it's so good to have you on the Wedding Biz. I'm really excited. I think that what you all are doing is really, really important. And so I'm glad that my audience is going to have a chance to hear this and learn more about the organization. And I understand that you all are celebrating the 1-year anniversary. That is such a milestone, especially during this time that we've all been going through with the pandemic. Congratulations on that. So, Tara, if you could tell me something about the history of the organization, basically how it came about.
Awesome. Thank you, Andy, for having us on your podcast. Yes, the National Society of Black Wedding and Event Professionals arose last year out of the turmoil that the world was going through at that time. Black Lives Matters movement, the death of George Floyd. With those things moving within our society, it also brought the conversation within our industry too. And I don't know how anyone in any walk of life, how Black Lives Matter last year did not affect them personally and professionally. And with it extending over into the wedding and events industry, the conversation began as far as the representation of Black wedding and event professionals in our industry. And so as those conversations started unveiling themselves, I started having deep conversations with myself as far as knowing, how are we being represented in this industry? I've been in this industry for over 17 years, been a part of associations as far as being on the board, being the president of one. And there was not that organization that represented Black wedding and event professionals, providing them that space where they could connect and grow with each other, educate with each other, just having that sense of home to say, this is where I can go and be with people that look like me. Because as we go and network out in our industry, whether we go to an event that's hosted by a venue, other associations hosting networking events, the percentage of Black wedding and event professionals being represented was less than 1%. And so I wanted there to be that space that when people walk in the room, no matter what corner that they looked in, they could see someone that looked like them. This was going to help them to build their network and build friendships throughout this industry so they could have those safe conversations to say, I'm struggling in my business, or, let's celebrate together the accomplishments with our business. And so with that, I knew what I wanted to do was to create that association, and just knowing that I was getting ready to create this, vehicle that was going to start moving, that I need to have the people in place that was going to help me to grow, because with anything, you can't do it by yourself. And so I had to think strategically about who those people would be. And as you can see, two of those people are here on this podcast with me today. They are my right and left arms, Mark and Brian Green, who are here that are helping to guide this train that's moving. And we're not here to, create a movement that's going to last a minute. We're here to create history. We're here to create legacies that are going to last beyond the three of us being on the board. And so arose the National Society of Black Wedding and Event Professionals.
Yeah. And Brian, I understand that NSBWP is the first and only National Wedding Events Association for Black Wedding Event Professionals. Is it still that case? Is it still the only one?
Yeah, we are the only one. And more importantly, we are a nonprofit. It is a 501c certified organization, which really means that everything that we do goes towards the members. Everything that we do is here to help elevate, educate, and celebrate every single one of our 140 members all across the U.S. and even some in the Caribbean. So it has been such a journey. It's been hard work. It continues to be hard work. As John Lewis used to say, we like to get into good trouble, and we do as often as we can to make sure that our members are as represented as they should be in all of the spaces and places that they could be.
That's wonderful. And Mark, can you add anything to that? I mean, in terms of, how you see the purpose of the organization being, and in what ways do you actually represent the members?
Well, community is so incredibly important to me. And just to go back for just a second, and we'll go to answer that question. Part of the reason why I did join this, and Tara eloquently talked about it, is that I've been in this business 25 years. I've been standing in the room by myself for all that time. And so when Tara came to me and told me Brian was going to be on board and the rest of the board members, I jumped at the opportunity to do this, because we do need a representation within the events industry. We're all standing in this industry for a very long time, some for many years, some for just a little bit of time, but yet we're not being seen. So this organization is really about building community and about building representation overall through excellence, most importantly. The educational platforms that we're offering, in the short time that we've been in existence, we've put together incredible number of Zoom opportunities, Zoom meetings, through educational platforms for everything from your accounting to your taxes, to build how do you put together a timeline, things like this through education. We've got educational partners, Tara's signature CEO event. We've got Engaged platform. We've got community partners in terms of florals, Mayesh, F&MI Farms. We've got Equally Wed. Brian, you're going to have to help me in a minute, because there's so many. Every single month, we have brought on either a strategic partner or a community partner of some sort that's helping us support and build our membership.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Tara, what do you see, as being some of the key accomplishments thus far?
Wow. Well, accomplishments. There are so many. And we did a promises and performances report not too long ago for our members, something that we promised that we would provide to them twice a year to show them where their investment is going. So they are trusting us as their leaders to, provide them not only with that ability to network with others, but so many other things beyond that. And so with that in mind, we have provided over 50 some, as Mark was stating about education, 50 some educational programs that we have provided by reaching out to members in the industry, to building those strategic partnerships with organizations, to so much more. And with that, we are we are diligently and intentionally creating a space where our members can say, hey, if I need to learn this, I know I can go back to my association and get this. If I need assistance or just to pick up the phone to call someone to guide me in the right direction, I know that I can come back to NSB WEP and I can get that resource. So we're here to serve as that pillar within our community and beyond our community to let people know that there are Black wedding and event professionals out there that have high standards and are able to serve the industry.
If you are an event planner, venue, caterer, photographer, or any other industry professional, you really should be aware of and using the Party Slate marketing platform. And I want to say, I only work with sponsors whose product or service I'm either fully aware of or even use myself. So you can create a free profile that can act as a photo-rich portfolio, or Party Slate has additional membership options available. And if you're planning or involved with an event, from weddings to fundraisers to baby showers and really everything in between, you should use Party Slate to get inspired. Save your favorite ideas and contact top professionals to help create your dream event. New photos from real events are uploaded to Party Slate daily, and their editorial team publishes articles that highlight the latest trends and planning tips. It is a really great site. You've got to visit partyslate.com to get started. And again, that's partyslate.com. For anyone who wants to answer, what are some of the key initiatives looking forward, for the future?
One of the things that we continue to do, so the mission is really clear, right? The mission is to stop having the conversations be about the first Black X, the first time this has happened for a Black Y, and to continue to move it into a space where you're used to picking up your favorite wedding bridal magazine and seeing a diversity couple on the cover, where you open your favorite events newspaper and see a list of the best, and it's inclusive, diverse, and equitable. That is the goal as we move forward. So that is going to branch itself out in further educational opportunities, networking and partnering with other people. And one of the things that I do want to talk about is that we aren't walking this journey alone as a board of 9 and a membership of 140. We actually have an incredible allied council of real industry icons who are our partners by our side, helping us advance the cause. Sean Lowe, that everyone is familiar with. We've got Anna Isabel Martinez, Javanka Maitland, Julie Novak from Party Slate, Jackie Wobu from Munaluchi, Pablo Oliveira from Nuage, Jamie Lee Quickert, who's at All Seated, Lynn Stevens, who is Think Splendid, Diane Valentine, the one and only Diane Valentine, Andre Wells up in DC, and Trevor Wasserman-Laval from Aisle Planner. These are incredible industry pros who are walking side by side with us as we create programs to continue to build the process of making sure that Black voices are always integrated in the conversation.
Is there anything that I haven't asked that you all would like to address?
Well, I would say that as far as who this organization is for, it is for all Black wedding and event professionals, no matter the size of your business, no matter where you are located. Brian had mentioned that we have 140 members that represent 23 states, plus the Caribbean. Our goal is to be in 40 states. We want to expand more in the Caribbean. We want to be in Europe. We want to be in Canada. So we can't do this alone. We need everyone to be a part of this, to help us, and even for our allies out there. People are always asking as far as like how you can help. There are so many initiatives that we have that we are implementing that we are looking for people to partner with us so that we can not only uplift Black wedding and event professionals, but all wedding and event professionals. We're here to educate and partner. We have a partnership with the National Gay Wedding Association. So it's not only about building that diversity, it's also about building inclusivity. And so whether we are creating and building momentous milestones for our members, we want to create that also within the industry too, with others. And so we are not stopping. Again, we're not trying to just be here for a moment. We are here to be here for a lifetime. So as Brian and Mark and myself move on from our leadership positions, we want to pass that torch to others so that they can carry this mission on.
Well, I'm really excited about what you're doing because, I mean, of course, we haven't been to any conferences for a while because of the pandemic. They're going to be starting up again soon. But prior to that, I never felt that there was enough diversity. And I don't know that there's necessarily a blame, but I did feel that this was, it wasn't right. Something needs to be done about it. And so what you all have done, I just respect and admire so much. I think it's really wonderful for people who want to become partners with the organization to contribute, and also for people who simply want to become members. How do we do this?
They can definitely reach out to us via our website or follow us on Instagram. If you follow us on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, all of our information is there. Our acronym is NSBWEP. So just follow us on our social media accounts there and connect with us. We do answer every single email, every single response that comes through. And Andy, you did say something that was really important as far as like you saying that there was not enough diversity. Well, now, because of the movement and with our platform, we're saying it's okay to have those conversations and continue to have those conversations and not just have the conversation, but we need to have the conversations to create change. And so now is the time to create change and not just talk about it.
Yeah, and not to just have conversations when there's some kind of a national crisis or something, but that this must be ongoing. That's one thing that always bothers me is that, from time to time, as you know, something will come up in the national consciousness, there will be talk about it, and then it fades away. This needs to continue. So, Tara, Mark, Brian, thank you so much for what you're doing and come on to the show to talk about it. Really appreciate it.
No, thank you for having us.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you for listening to my conversation with Tara, Brian, and Mark of NSBWEP. Be sure to check out their website, which is National Society Black Wedding Event Professionals.com. Again, that's National Society Black Weddings Event Professionals.com. Their social media on Instagram and Facebook is at NSBWEP. And go to the show notes at theweddingbiz.com to get all the information on my wonderful guests, Tara, Brian, and Mark. And please share this with your friends and colleagues. It's a very important topic, and I hope that you can let everyone know all about this particular episode. And please give a great review wherever you get your podcast. It helps other people find the show. I want to mention next week's guest. It's going to be Julie Novak, founder of Party Slate, talking about how to optimize your digital footprint. Also want to suggest that you subscribe to The Wedding Biz so you know whenever a new episode is released. We want to thank our sponsor for today's episode, and that is Party Slate. Be sure to check them out at partyslate.com, and we'll catch you next time on The Wedding Biz.